Winning.
Right, we've, the album title, it's funny. Sometimes it comes before the album starts. Sometimes somebody will come with it during the album. This one we don't, I mean, you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. We had that before we had the songs written.
Who came up with that? Where did that come from?
One of the craziest people.
What can we say and not say on the radio?
I'm sorry. Delete that last question.
It was some young gentleman fellow of ours from Tucson, Arizona that sometimes did dubious, questionable things.
Okay.
Anyway, we were doing those.
You're doing it very well.
we were doing those very questionable things.
Mm-hmm.
So he came into our hotel room and ripped the mirror off the wall immediately.
Okay. This is rock and roll.
Right,
You can do
rock and roll.
that.
Okay. This appeared in the Miami Herald.
It's appeared in Rolling Stones.
Right.
In Rolling Stone.
So, I mean, he pulled the mirror off the wall and laid it on the bed and proceeded to spell REO in some substance that I don't want to mention.
Okay.
And by about halfway through the E...
But don't sneeze over it.
Right. We had solved the problems of the universe and come up with the album title,
of
too.
course.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
But we don't do that. Right.
Right. As soon as we finished the last particles of what makes you solve the problems of the universe, he goes, remember, you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. And at that point, it's hard to laugh anyway. Me and Cronin both fell off the bed laughing, and that's what we used for title.
I'm so glad I asked that, really.
That's the truth.
Let me get to this real quickly because we're running a little short of time. What can folks expect tonight that they haven't seen in the past since the last time you were in town as far as different things in the show?
At least one live song and an extreme...
One new song.
Yeah.
They all will be live, hopefully. We should be live for the whole concert.
I'm sorry.
If any of us pass away during the concert...
I'm sorry. I just woke up. I was looking for my girlfriend till 6 this morning. Yeah, there'll be at least one new song.
One of us may die, though. You never can tell. Stay tuned, folks, because sometime in this broadcast, one of us may pass away. You never can tell.
Yeah, the biggest thing is...
Our keyboard player's getting kind of old.
Really? He's getting kind of gray, actually, really.
He's somewhere in his late 20s.
Late 20s.
That is old. Bag him.
Yeah,
quicker.
really.
Get a new keyboard player.
He's up there in 20s.
But the biggest thing that you can expect is that one thing that the Tuna album did for us is, we spent 6 months doing it, and we made sure that, you can listen to that album with a microscope, and
don't
listen to it with a microscope. You can listen closely, and you won't find anything that's loose on there. And it taught us one thing, and that is that to play tight. We've always had the energy, but we always were a little bit, maybe we concentrated on the energy, and we kind of were a little bit lackadaisical on the tightness of things. So now we've got more energy because of the whole thing we talked about earlier about the confidence. But everything's tight. The band is tight. Bruce is a wonderful bass player. He gave Alan something to play to, him and Alan are, huh?
He's not a wonderful father.
No personal remarks here. We may be sued by your partners.
But Alan and Bruce are playing as a tight unit, so we got that bottom and that bass and drums that are just killer. Neil is playing better than he ever played before because he was given a chance on the last album, and Gary and I are just more outrageous than ever on in all ways. The show has it's hard for us to remember what it used to be like. It's just the only people who I can relate to are people who come to our shows every couple months. So people from
so they can see the change gradually.
They see the change. To us it is very gradual.
Oh, it's night to night. Right. Obviously, it changes every day.
It does. It changes every night was better than last night in some way. We do some. The show's got a format. There's a basic format of the show, but still, people who haven't seen us since last time we were in Chicago, it's a whole new thing. The band is it's just more professional. There's something about it that makes us not look like we used to. We're just getting better.
Yeah, this is the last phase of the Tuna tour, and we have it down.
You've done it enough times to remember all the songs.
So therefore, we don't have to sit and kind of think about what we're doing. Now we can do the whole set as tight as it's ever been, and plus have a good time doing it and get that across the crowd. And last night it was just amazing. The crowd was so warm and so good that we couldn't ask them for anything better. And so we had the set down tight. Plus, it was extremely easy for Kevin and I to work with the crowd. It was just really
nice.
It was great.
It's nice when you introduce a song, or not even when you introduce a song. When Neil plays the first couple of piano things, and 157, the audience goes crazy. When I go, the telephone rang. I say that, and 14,000 people fall out of their seats.
Well, that's because they know who is calling.
I see.
You guys have been working on this routine, too. I can tell you've done a couple of interviews. Listen, I thank you both for coming by. We're all looking forward to the show tonight. Yeah, you go. Your stage manager's going... right now. Sound check. Let's do it. No, appreciate it, and a happy New Year to both of you and all the rest of the guys in the band.
Happy New Year to Chicago.
Really.
We'll see you soon.
Kevin Cronin
and
Gary Richmond, and all the rest of the guys from REO and everybody else. Happy New Year.
Right,
and
they get to sleep. We're working.
The rock and roll is next, so stick around.
I think they're sleeping and arguing at this point in time.
Thanks, guys. Good night.